Living Stones started out 2020 by beginning our 5th program in Boa Esperança. Pastor Flavio partnered with World Renewal Brazil, a Baptist church in Caruaru, and some Christian businessmen in this rural area about 7 hours from our headquarters in Carpina. It is truly the key to the poorest, most rural, and most unreached by the gospel areas of all of Brazil. Our 4 other programs began as usual in February, early March, only to be paused by coronavirus the week of March 16th. Brazil has followed behind the USA in cases and deaths since it began. Although churches began to reopen the end of June, in Brazil, people with higher risk, over 65 or under 10, are not allowed to attend church. None of our children's ministries have been able to return. Schools have not been allowed to do in-person classes. Public schools in our area have no ability to do online learning, as well as the students not having reliable internet access. Our Living Stones children have not had schooling since March 16th. To try to minimize the losses, next year, all children in Brazil will be moved to the next grade. Regardless, we are all still grieving the great loss of this year. Living Stones had 3 goals during this pandemic: fortify our leaders, provide food, connect and educate online. We've made sure our local leaders on the ground feel supported and cared for, ready to be there for their communities. Through World Renewal Brazil, over 1,000 large food baskets feeding a family of 4 for a month were given to all 5 Living Stones, as well as many other places. While we believe in long-term development, we realize the time and place for food relief, and this is it. Each of our 5 locations has creatively found ways to connect and educate online with their own YouTube channels, posting devotional videos as well as educational videos. Boa Esperança also had a Bible memorization contest through WhatsApp. Cajueiro Claro also printed out weekly packets of Bible and educational worksheets that were passed out in the small communities safely. Lagoa de Taenga, with Feira Nova, has over 200 videos on their YouTube channel. Guadalajara, with its sports focus, also included sports challenges for the kids. Next year, our children will be in the next grade, feeling behind, overwhelmed, and even more pressured to drop out of school to help provide for their families. But this is exactly why we have Living Stones, to walk alongside our poorest children and help them where they are, to tutor them through a whole lost year of studies, to make sure they have the basics, like food, and most of all, to know that someone is there and loves them, showing them the real solution, Jesus Christ. Living Stones is church planting through child sponsorship, building the future through relationships. One of our kids, we'll call him Luke, is 13. The Living Stones leader noticed his posts on social media often spoke about suicide. The leader took the time to meet with Luke's mom, who confirmed Luke's changed and erratic behavior. Together, the mom and local leader scheduled counseling sessions with a local pastor and psychologist. We are glad to tell you that Luke is doing really well and regularly attending church. This year has felt like a great pause button as we awkwardly try to move forward, but God has not stopped working, and He has us, Living Stones, right where we need to be.